What's up, people? Turtle here. Today, digging out a Mighty Max Doom Zone, Mighty Max Outwits Cyclops. This is Wave 2 Doom Zone from 1991, I believe. And out of this size, like the Mighty Max sets, like the different sizes, like some are the real small ones are shrunken heads. You got Doom Zones, horror heads. So they're all basically different size playsets. Other than the big playsets, these are pretty much the mainstay of the toy line here. And this, I want to say, was the first Doom Zone I picked up. And it really is probably my favorite for a couple reasons. Mostly the features and how the playability of them. And it's just designed really nice, and some of the other ones really were phoned in, especially towards the end. I know a lot of people like the last wave of them. They're probably the hardest to get and the most expensive, I'll say. But just feature-wise, they just kind of frustrated me. I really didn't get too many of them back in the day. Um, but this one here, this is a pretty good one. And we'll crack it open and take a look at it. Um, like most of them, they're basically like a head, usually an animal head or monster head or whatever. But that's not always the case. Some of them are actually entire animals, or there's the hand. That's another good one. Um, that's a hand that unfolds into a cemetery. So this one kind of turns into like a torture chamber, dungeon of sorts, and it's pretty cool. So we're going to crack it open and take a look at it here. See, the jaw on this one, the jaw is the first thing to open. A little stubborn. And see the first figure coming out. This is other than the eye itself, this is your main bad guy here. I can't remember if he's called the Torturer or the Inquisitor. I think it's the Torturer. We're going to go with that. And he's kind of like a purple orc looking guy with a scourge there, cat of nine tails. And ready to flail Little Max into bloody pulp. So, I'm going to set Uncle Skippy down here and take a look at the rest of this here. Alright, folding this open. You can see in here, hopefully, you got a guillotine, some weapons over there, a vial of something. Noose. Don't let Bubba Wallace see that. This is supposed to be an electric chair up here, and it flips down, so you could dump your Mighty Max into the lower level there. Just leave it up like that. So down in the base here, where we open the jaw up, let's get the eyeball out of here for now. There is, looks like little baby eyes in there. So apparently the Cyclops' eye is reproducing somehow. And he's got another eye somewhere lingering. And there is the Mighty Max in the cage there. Now, in my Skull Mountain video, I kind of touched base on, that was the Series 1 Maxes. And in the sealed box sets like that, you couldn't see what Mighty Max you were going to get. And it was one of 8. And the hats are different colors in the original wave, and they look a little different. They're a little more toony. And Mighty Max Series 2, let's pop this cage off so you can see what I'm talking about at least. They all have red hats in the second wave, and the third wave is the same as the second, the same figures. 8 different figures with different poses or accessories. And the cool thing is most of these have like little footholes where you can stick Max in several little spots. So that was always cool. This one was like the Iron Maiden here, which you can put Max in there. Load them up. Later, bro. That would be the end of one, normally. You got the rack there. which really doesn't do anything. It's just there for just looks. And this little gate here actually opens up, not very far, but another cool thing about with these is you can see where the plastic is, like where the footholds and stuff are, or just other details like the sticker underneath. You can see skulls, or they'll have, whatever kind of critters, spiders or rats or whatnot. And I always thought that was a nice touch. A lot of them are like that. And with this one, you can get it set up to where you can see it here. The eyeball, a couple different things. You can have him drop over that cage like I was, so, he can, land on Max and eat him or whatever you're going to have done. And it's a pretty cool little figure piece here. And the eyes, it's going to get you. It's going to get you. Don't worry. So like we're talking about the playability somewhat. Like some of this stuff, like where the little eye nest is, like these little things you can set. Of course, it's not going to do it because I'm trying to do it on camera. But you can set the eyeball there and kind of lock the tentacles in right there. So he's looking onward that way. Or this way. I want to tell you he'll sit right up here pretty good. Unless you're making a video, and then he's not going to do it. Yeah, he's not going to do it. There we go. Boom. Which is, when I had this thing open display, that's kind of how I do it. And then you have, Max down in the main area here. It's going to knock the eyeball off. Yeah. But, all in all, it's a pretty fun little set. Most of them are. I said some of them are just kind of phoned in. Like the shark one that comes with the calamari guy. That one is just horrible, in my opinion. And most of these, there's a Mighty Max cartoon, and just kind of like He-Man or a lot of stuff. The cartoon version and the figure version are two totally different things, and that's kind of the way this set is. In the episode, it's like him and Norman, they're in like Turkey or Greece or something, and get locked up, and the torturer guy, this guy, has a secret passage to the cell, and he's kidnapping prisoners and torturing them and feeding them to the eye. So when they get down into the dungeon and take care, they actually slam him into Iron Maiden, I believe. And which the figure will not fit in the Iron Maiden in this, so you can't recreate that scene. But it's a giant skeleton of a Cyclops, and they, Max is poking around in the skull, and the eyeball lives in the skull still. And, they battle it. I think they, take lighter fluid or something and light him on fire. But it's a pretty good cartoon, if you want to go back and watch, something to watch. Hard to find on DVD, but I believe they made a Blu-ray a few years ago. I've never got it. There's a guy who basically assembled all the episodes on YouTube here, and you can find that. And it's kind of a sad story, like his son, his favorite cartoon or something, and he died, and he was complaining that you couldn't get all the episodes on VHS, so his dad made this whole compilation for his son or something. Kind of sad, but you can watch it like that, or if you can find a Blu-ray, you're good to go. But this one, all in all, this is, like I said, this is one of my favorites. One of the first, one of the favorites. That's kind of how it works sometimes. And just the way it all packs up nice and displays like this. Usually the Doom Zones like this, just leave them in case, sealed up, displayed. But it's a pretty cool line, and I've got more of them. And maybe down the road here, I'll get some of those done too. So it's been a minute since I made a video, trying to get back in the swing. And but that's about it for Mighty Max Outwits the Cyclops. So until next time, late.